Lone mother rescued hurt man from flaming vehicle. He was her kin. The October dusk cast gentle amber over rural Nebraska. Emma Carter steered her decade-old Toyota along the serene country lane. At 29, she had mastered facing life's trials solo. Her 6-year-old son Noah sat calmly in the rear seat. "Mommy, when will we reach Grandma's place?" he inquired. "Roughly 20 minutes, darling," Emma answered with tender warmth. They were heading back from Noah's football practice in town. These weekly trips offered cherished moments to connect. Emma held to jobs to cover expenses monthly, days at the insurance firm, nights tidying office spaces. Yet, she never skipped Noah's matches or training when feasible. Being a single parent meant putting her needs last often, but Noah was her whole universe and deepest joy. His father perished in Afghanistan when Noah was 2. Marine Sergeant Michael Carter was Emma's high school love. They wed young, dreaming of aging side by side, but war shattered those hopes, leaving her alone. Emma mourned profoundly, but found resilience in their son. Noah had Michael's warm, hazel eyes and kind, gentle soul. Sometimes Emma glimpsed her husband's grin in their little boy. As they navigated a tight bend in the dimming road, Emma spotted something that froze her heart with dread. A dark pickup truck had smashed into a roadside trench. Smoke billowed from the mangled hood with rising force. Emma stopped instantly and told Noah to stay put. "Mommy must aid someone injured," she said swiftly. She seized her phone, dialing 911 while rushing. The operator answered as Emma neared the wrecked vehicle. "There's a crash on Highway 40, she reported. "The truck's smoking, and someone's trapped inside. Send an ambulance and fire crew now." Emma saw a man slumped over the wheel, unconscious from the crash's force. Blood dripped slowly from a gash on his brow. The smoke thickened, and Emma smelled fuel. Her nursing training from community college surged forth. She studied nursing before Michael's death altered everything. Emma tried the driver's door, but it was stuck fast. The passenger side was crushed against a sturdy oak. She circled to find another entry. The rear window had shattered in the collision. Emma carefully swept glass shards with her coat sleeve. With resolute bravery, she climbed through the tight gap. "Sir, can you hear me?" she called to the unresponsive man. He stirred faintly, but didn't answer clearly. Emma checked his pulse and breath with skilled hands. Both were steady, but faint from shock and likely injury. Smoke filled the cramped truck cab. Emma knew she had to act fast. She unbuckled his seatbelt and tried lifting his shoulders. He was heavier than anticipated, but adrenaline fueled her. Slowly, cautiously, she dragged him toward the shattered rear window. The man's eyes flickered open as she labored. "It's all right," Emma said soothingly. "I'm here to save you. Don't move too much. You've been in a crash." He gazed at her with confused yet thankful hazel eyes. Something in those eyes felt oddly familiar to Emma, but she focused on his safety first. With immense effort, she pulled him through the window. They tumbled to the ground as flames sparked. Emma dragged him several feet from the burning wreck. Noah had left their car despite her orders. "Mommy, is he okay?" he called, voice thick with worry. "Stay back, sweetie," Emma yelled, checking the man's wounds. The stranger's eyes locked on Noah with sudden clarity. He stared at the boy with overwhelming shock. "That child," he whispered faintly, "looks just like..." His voice faded as he slipped back into unconsciousness. Emma, focused on care, didn't notice. She pressed her coat against his bleeding wound. Fire trucks and ambulances arrived, sirens blaring loudly. Paramedics took over as police questioned Emma. "You saved his life," the fire chief said gravely. "That truck burst into flames minutes after your rescue. Your quick, brave actions saved him from burning tonight." Emma felt unsteady. As adrenaline ebbed and reality hit, she acted on instinct to help, but now saw the danger's weight. Noah clung to her legs, watching paramedics work. "You're a hero, Mommy," he said, eyes shining with pride. The injured man, awake again, was loaded onto a stretcher. His eyes met Emma's across the chaotic scene. "Thank you," he mouthed silently, gratitude deep and heartfelt. Something in his look made Emma's heart flutter oddly. His face felt hauntingly familiar, yet she couldn't place why. 3 days later, Emma got a call at work. "Mrs. Carter, this is Stephen Carter from Methodist Hospital." Emma's breath hitched at the shared surname coincidence. "I'm the man you saved from the burning truck. I'd like to thank you in person if possible." Emma agreed to meet him. That afternoon, curious about that strange familiarity, entering his room, she saw Stephen sitting up, head bandaged but looking stronger. Emma gasped, seeing his face clearly for the first time. The likeness was uncanny and jarring. He looked exactly like Michael, her late husband, but older. Wondering about the resemblance, Stephen said softly, "I've been wondering about you and your son, too. Your surname is Carter. That boy looks just like my brother did at his age." Emma's legs weakened as realization dawned. "Your brother," she whispered, awe growing. "Michael Carter, Marine sergeant who died in Afghanistan." Stephen's eyes brimmed with tears, confirming the truth. "He was my twin. I've searched for his family for years without leads. Michael wrote about you and the baby, but never shared where you lived. I only knew your first name and his love for you." Emma wept as the incredible truth sank in. "Michael never mentioned a twin. We lost contact after high school," Stephen said sadly. "I joined the Army, stationed abroad. By the time I returned, he was deployed. I never met you or my nephew. Didn't know he'd married or had a son until the military informed me of his death." Noah, quiet in a corner chair, approached Stephen with bold curiosity. "Are you my daddy's brother?" he asked directly. Stephen knelt to Noah's level, tears falling. "Yes, buddy, I'm Uncle Stephen. Your daddy's twin. We look alike, just like you and him." Noah studied Stephen's face with wonder and growing joy. "You have daddy's eyes and smile," he said simply. "Mommy shows me his pictures sometimes." Stephen looked at Emma with profound gratitude. "You saved me from that truck," he said softly, "but you also saved me from a life of searching, wondering where you were. Now I know Michael's love lives in Noah and the incredible woman who raised him alone." Emma felt a soothing warmth heal her grieving heart. For 6 years, she'd raised Noah without family, without anyone who knew Michael. Now, Stephen shared Michael's face and memories. "Would you like to be in Noah's life?" she asked. "He needs his father's family and stories." "I'd be honored," Stephen said with deep sincerity. "I want to help however you allow. Michael would want me to care for his family." 6 months later, Stephen was Uncle Steve to Noah, attending every football game and school event. He shared tales of Michael's youth, making Noah laugh. He taught Noah fishing and proper baseball throws. Emma watched their bond grow with joy and peace. Stephen moved to their town, working as a mechanic, helping with Noah's care, not replacing Michael, but as family. "You know," Emma told Stephen one evening after Noah's bedtime, "I think Michael guided us together that night. He knew we needed each other to heal. You needed your brother's family, and we needed someone who knew how special Michael was." Stephen nodded with quiet conviction. "Michael always said you had the purest heart he knew." He was right. You risked everything to save a stranger, the kind of person he loved, who raises heroes like Noah. Emma smiled, gazing at Michael's photos. For the first time since his death, she felt whole, not because Stephen replaced Michael, but because he connected her to love that endured in Noah's eyes, shared memories, and family ties. Sometimes, the people we need arrive unexpectedly, in moments of crisis, when we act with love, helping strangers without hesitation. Emma saved Stephen's life that night, but he saved her heart from loneliness, giving Noah the gift of his father's family. Love, they learned, never fades when remembered. It thrives in connections we forge, in courage to aid others, and in the beautiful surprise of finding family in strangers.